Forbury customers using our UK focused data model now have the ability to create, restore and compare as many scenarios as they like within the same model. So in this demo model, I'm buying an office building for £18.5 million and it's got an IRR of almost 9.5%. Going to the tenancy schedule, you see I've got 5 areas, one of which is vacant when we buy the property. So I think this is a good place to save a base case scenario. So I'm going to create a scenario called base case. And once that's created, you see when I go to my scenarios tab, I've got my live outputs and my base case output saved. Going to the tenancy schedule, tenant 2 actually has a break coming up here in the break section. Right now it's not going to be activated, but I'm going to change that to yes to see what happens to my outputs and update the model. So going back to my dashboard, you'll see that the IRR was 9.5%, but that's jumped to 10 and a bit, which is good for us. So I'm going to save this scenario as tenant 2 breaks and create. Once again, going back to the scenarios tab, you see I've now got 2 scenarios and I can easily compare the outputs from each scenario. So to show you the real power of this tool, I'm going to restore my base case. So you see we changed this input here from no to yes. So when I go to restore my base case, it will process and you'll see this input changes back to no. So this isn't restricted to just single inputs or just changing a couple of cells. What we actually can do is I'm going to treat this model a bit special and act as though we've got some planning permission, and I'm going to build an extra floor on top of the rest. So I've got a new space that is vacant. It's going to have about 5,000 square feet. And this space won't be available until the 1st of April 2024. It will have a market rent of about £40 per square foot, and I'm going to put on a renewal assumption of just my default London office. To pay for this new floor, I'm going to add in some new costs into my CapEx sheet. So I'm going to have construction costs, which will start on the 1st of April 2023. These will go for 12 months and I'll spend about £1 million. So I'm going to update my model again to check the outputs of this new floor. So you see it was 10.3-ish and it's now jumped to 12% IRR. So again, great news for us. I'm going to save this scenario here as a build new floor scenario and create. So once again, go into my scenarios. I can compare all 3 scenarios side by side. I can filter whichever outputs I want in a traditional Excel way. But again, to really show you the power of being able to restore any scenario you like, I'm going to come back to the tenancy sheet and I'm going to once again come back to my base case where we don't break. So again, I'm going to restore the base case, let the restore occur. You'll see the floor disappears, everything swaps around. We're left with, again, just 5 areas, no break activated. Coming back to the CapEx sheet, no CapEx once again.